welcome to Glitch and Glow, the podcast where digital dreams meet soulful self-care. I'm Ariel,
And I'm Edna.
and we're social workers by trade, and we're your hosts on the journey through the worlds of tech, wellness, gaming, and Black womanhood.
Each week, we'll dive into real conversations, level up your self-care, decode the latest tech, and celebrate the wins, big and small, in our communities.
Whether you're here for the healing, the hacks, or the high scores, you're in the right place. So grab your tea, your controller, or your headphones. Let's tap in.
Now, let's get into the boot sequence where we boot up and sink in. Here's what's on our minds today. Let's start off with the glitches. What's been a thorn in your side this week, Ariel?
Oh dear. So my thorn, um, my thorn this week has to be my lack of sleep for whatever reason. Yeah, it's actually like annoying. I have my AC going, but it's not reaching my bedroom, and so it's getting real hot in there.
What do
And
you mean? Do you not have a
yeah,
vent?
it like I have a vent, but it's like not doing its job. And so like for 2 nights it's been like it's like cool but like not for real for real. So I've been having to like drag in another fan to like
Oh,
make, help me through it, but like, it's fine. We'll
is
get
it
it
hot?
together.
Is it hot by you?
Dude, it was like 91. Yes. No, I think it was like 93, 94 yesterday.
I
And
heard
it's
that, but
73
I heard it
today.
was not. Yeah, it was like in the 70s the other day, and I heard it was like in the 80s by you.
Hmm. So it's
Super hot.
whatever. But it's been hot. But yeah, so that's my thorn. What about yours?
I'm gonna be so nerdy because it's like it's like two things. It's my glitch and my glow.
Ooh,
So I'll start off
twofold.
with it being my glitch, and that is that there are many video game things happening right now.
Mm-hmm,
And I say this
mm-hmm,
specifically for this right now, Ariel, because I am like wildly, there's so much happening, and I'm like kind of overwhelmed by it, but also extra stimulated by it, but also like don't know what to do and feel like there are so many decisions to be made. So I feel like since the last time we talked, for real, there has been the Switch 2 has come out. People have it in
Oh,
their
that's
hands.
right.
They're doing their
Yes.
reviews, you know what I'm saying? And I'd already decided that I wouldn't get it just because, like, you get a console, then you gotta, like, there's always kinks, there's always things that happen. People
Mm-hmm.
remember, like, the red ring of death on the Xbox. Like,
Oh my
when the Switch
gosh.
initially came out, you didn't have a lot of charging time, like, to actually play it on, like, not on the dock. And so I'm like, they're gonna be kinks with this, period. Like, let me just wait.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like a lot of shit coming out where people have like a lot of feelings and a lot of things about like who owns it and like Nintendo and what are they saying? And so I'm like, I don't know what to do. So then there's that. But then Xbox comes out. You know me, girl. I'm so nerdy. I'm like so excited to
I
talk about this.
It's so excited.
So they come out with this, who is they? The Xbox comes out with a handheld that they're debuting that's going to come out in the holidays of this year. So it'll be like a handheld gaming device that's Xbox, but and links with like Microsoft, so PC. So like word on
Ooh.
some ways, shapes, and forms is that they'll partner with Steam. And this part is really important because I've been, we talked about it, trying to tap into like, I want to start my PC gaming again. I have a lot of thoughts about
Mm-hmm.
this, but like, that's how I can access Steam, which is where a lot of cozy games are and like all sorts of
Mm-hmm.
gaming opportunities and like things to do and things to play and fun to be had. And so this is like now blown my mind. And it's because people are already on the fence about the Switch 2. Now we have this Xbox like creeping up. I need to do more research on that.
Mm-hmm.
So that all
Mm-hmm.
happens. Then the Wholesome Direct happens. And the Wholesome Direct is it's been happening since like 2020. Yeah, I think 2020, where it happens online and these folks come together and they get all these videos about like new games that are either out already, demos that are available,
Mm-hmm.
or games that are coming out, and they're all wholesome. So not necessarily cozy. I could get into that, but nevertheless, they're wholesome. They like contribute to the earth well-being,
Cute.
et cetera, in some way, shape, or form. And so I'm watching this. There are so many games I'm like, oh my God, shaking in excitement. Xavier, my husband, comes downstairs and he's like, "Are you making all these noises?" Like, yes, I am. I cannot contain myself as I'm watching this. And so, as I'm watching this, though, here's my glitch. If you haven't caught, there's been so many already while I'm really excited. My glitch is that so many of them are on Steam. I cannot play Steam because I don't have a PC. So I'm like typing down the few that I have on my phone that I'm like, okay, well, at least that's coming out on the
Windows
Switch.
phone.
Yeah, I'm like, no, help me. I can't play anything. And so now I'm determined to play and like, or at least get a PC. So that happens, but like so many beautiful games are coming out that I'm really excited for. And then lastly, I watched it today, but it happened earlier in June. I guess last week. We're just like hitting the middle of June. And I'm gonna be quiet after this, I swear. There was the woman-led games direct also, or
Mm,
showcase. And so these are like all games led by women, and that was really interesting to watch. And like I have so many thoughts about that too. But again, it showed like a lot of opportunities for new games, a lot of things that I'm really excited
yeah,
about, but also had
yeah,
stuff that was going to be available on other consoles too. So like, I have a PS5, there was stuff coming out on
yeah,
that, stuff coming out on the
yeah.
Switch. So like more opportunities to play things there. But I think all that to say, this was my glitch and my glow. So
I
like
like it.
I'm glitching a
I
little. There are so many
like
games. I can't really
it.
play them. What console am I gonna choose? I don't know. Because I'm not rich and I can't buy both and don't want to buy both. I just said a lot of things. Yeah, no.
Wait, have you ever played it's on Steam. It's called Jackbox. Have you played those games?
Like the
Like
trivia-ish
the
thing?
party games, like the little party games? Yeah.
Yeah, but not on Steam. I'm trying to think of what I played it on ages
Oh,
ago.
I played it on Steam.
What did I play? I don't know what I played it on. But I'm sure I feel like it's grown to be available
It
everywhere.
has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
It
my
feels like they have
favorite
like
thing is the
expanded
t-shirt
decks.
one. They do. They do. They have expanded. I think they, oh, I don't even know the last party pack. The last party pack I remember is like party pack 6, I think. But
No,
I
there was.
know, I know. But there's this one that it's like a t-shirt one where you like
Mhm.
you just like design all these different t-shirts, like you just do a bunch of doodles, and then the next round is like you just like come up with like really like witty or like funny things to say, and
Mm,
then you try to match up like some your design with a funny thing or someone else's design with like a funny sling, and then like people
yeah,
like
yeah.
vote. And
Mm.
you know you can like purchase the shirts, you can buy them, like the ones that
Oh,
like dude, I remember I was like playing with some friends for a game night, and like my shirt won, and I bought two of them for my friends. It's so
what? That's how they get you. I'm like,
funny.
that drawing wasn't that good. I love you. I know that that drawing wasn't
Dude,
good.
no, it was so good. It was a freaking, it was like a sausage. It was a sausage.
This is silly. I love it so
I
much,
don't know.
but
It was
also like
so
you wouldn't have
good.
bought that shirt on the street. That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't have done it. If it
Oh
had
no,
been somebody else's
I
size.
wouldn't have bought it on the street. Absolutely not. But what a time. It was so cute.
Oh, see, aiming for the win. Just saying.
Good time. It was a good time.
I like went too far. I did glitch and glow.
Oh,
So
and I need to do a glow. What is
yeah.
my glow? My glow is not game related at all, but I got a new nail set and I love them a lot.
They're
And they're
cute. I noticed them
lemons.
earlier. I love
And
it.
um what you all will learn about me very quickly is that I love nails and I love to get my nails done.
Your nails are always done really
And
well. They're
it's
really
a
pretty.
great time for me. I really like it
Mhm.
a lot.
But how
So
long did this set take? That looks like it took a long time, low key.
oh my gosh, no, it took like, first of all, shout out to my nail tech.
Hmm.
It was just a fill-in, so it took like an hour, if that.
Well, that's actually not that bad.
Yeah, that's pretty quick. Pretty
But
quick.
how long does it take you when you like,
Do
like
the
from
whole jam.
scratch? Yeah, yeah.
Hour and a half. My guy is
Mhm.
quick. He is quick, quick,
I
quick.
100%
Okay.
don't believe you on the hour and a half. You better
You
time it.
know, I
Hell
will. I
no.
will time
Do
it.
not believe you. I
I
don't care what you
promise
say.
you.
Don't
I
believe you at all.
promise you. I promise you. And I have other people who could co-sign because they also go to the same nail tech and they be getting their nails done and it's just as quick. I'm
Okay,
trying to
maybe
tell
then I
you.
would get mine done more often. It's the
I'm
like
just trying to say, you just gotta
5 hours
find the
for
right
me.
one. You gotta find the right
Okay.
one, you know?
Okay.
I need to know.
I
Yeah,
don't.
that's my
Yeah, I
glow.
believe you.
Really,
I do.
been really fun for me. And I got back in the gym this week. So I'm feeling really good about
Double
that. I'm
blow.
super, super sore, but it's like totally fine. We're just gonna power
Good.
through. We're gonna
Yeah,
power through.
I love
So
it.
yeah,
Hashtag worth it
yeah,
though. That means you did
yeah,
something good.
yeah. I did like the twisty one, that ab
Ooh,
machine, and dude, it is settling in as we
yeah.
speak. So
It. I love it so much.
you
Upper
know,
body, upper, blah, 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 blah. Upper body, lower body. What did you do?
today. Today we kept it real cute because I'm feeling sore from yesterday and the day before.
Fair.
So today we just did cardio. So I ran in the treadmill for 30
Love it.
minutes
Love it. Love it.
and then I did back.
No,
So
love it.
yeah.
I tell you this was weeks ago now, because you know me. Don't judge me. This is not glow or glitch. This is just relating. I went to the gym and I told you at my gym, they have like a women's section and it has like a whole
Hmm.
theater situation where all the cardio equipment is. And I was in there, doing the 15 incline, walking my heart out. And they ended
Hmm.
up playing La La Land. And I love that movie. So I didn't even like use my headphones. I ended up
You
just
know,
watching that and it was a great time.
I've actually never seen that movie.
Okay. Okay. I think okay, whoa.
What's
A
the
lot of people
funniest?
I feel like a lot of people have a lot of feelings about this movie. Whatever. When I saw it, I just happened. That was my first time visiting my dad in LA. We had just climbed up and like seen all that stuff up there with like
Hmm.
that whatever that what is it called, girl? The thing that's in all the effing movies.
The
With
Hollywood sign?
the nah, nah, not the sign. The observatory, something up there. Man, you know what I'm talking about. Well, that thing,
Mm-mm.
we had just gone up there. And my family was driving me crazy, and I was like, I'm gonna go to the movies by myself. And that's what I saw. And so
I
I,
do like that.
I'd been dunked into like the LA-ness of it all. I went to the
Hmm.
movie and I had a good time. And I liked it. It was a great reprieve that day. So I say all that to say I enjoy it. I listen to the music still in my free time, and I think you should watch it. But I know that there are people who would be listening that'll be like, that movie's trash. Da, 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 da. And I hear you. T. This is just, I've
I
heard
mean,
the critique.
it's worth a watch, I will say. I
It's worth a
mean,
watch.
I've been
Yeah.
going back to old stuff and trying to rewatch it as,
Mhm.
as I'm going through my Lord of the Rings universe situation. So
Mhm.
I told you, we made it through the first three. We're moving on to the Hobbit. We'll,
Why?
TBD.
Okay.
TBD.
Remember I said why. Remember I said why. Why? Okay.
TBD.
Bring a
I'll let you
bring a
know.
crochet, bring an activity. Don't blame me.
I just feel like you know how I get. I get in the universe and I gotta do it all. So,
And you're gonna move into the show.
yeah, I'm gonna do the Hobbit, and then I'm gonna do the show, and then like I'm gonna have my natural strong reactions because I mean,
Okay.
unfortunately for the listeners, you guys didn't get my firsthand reactions from the first three Lord of the Rings movies, but I had opinions. So I'm excited to see what happens with the Hobbit and
Mhm.
Ring of Power, power,
Yes.
fire, power,
Power.
power. So yeah.
You're so close so many times. So close. I love it. Okay. Well, those are our glitches and glows for at least today, this week so far.
Mm-hmm.
The topic for today is a report done by the Entertainment Software Association. It's their report called the Power of Play Global Report that was done in 2023. And so I thought this would be a great way to like start off the podcast and to have a conversation just generally about gaming. I love gaming. I think it's like such a big part of mental health and well-being, specifically in my life. I can say that 100%, and the lives of so
Mm-hmm.
many people I know. And then like even us, and I'm sure we'll get into it eventually, like how we've played games throughout our lives
Mm-hmm.
together even
Mm-hmm.
as well. And so like this really interested me when I found out about this report because they ended up surveying almost 13,000 people,
Oh,
and
dang.
specifically gamers in over 12 different countries. And so, like, the countries are, I'm going to say them, I'm going to list them so that we all know: USA, Australia, Brazil, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Poland, South Korea, Spain, and the UK. right? So like these are truly people who are gaming all over
Mm-hmm.
the world who are answering these survey questions. And so I'm gonna give some stats, which aren't always as fun, and then I'm gonna ask you some questions just so we can like have a conversation along the way. And I really like
Mm-hmm.
highly suggest in our description, there is a link to the report. Like, check it out because this report's actually really dope. If you're ever trying to like look into having some data around this kind of stuff, like they have beautiful graphics. It's like in a slide deck already, and it looks just really amazing. And so I highly
Yeah,
suggest
super
taking
user
a look.
friendly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just really nice to digest the information, not like just a boring report. Yeah, so let's get into it. So they said that they have three top reasons to game. So these are like, why are you gaming, right? 69% said to have fun, 63% said to pass the time, and
Mm-hmm.
58% said stress relief and relaxation. So Ariel,
Mm-hmm.
for you, why have you played games in the past?
I think for me, well, number one is definitely just to have fun. There are certain games that I can get like very, very serious about, and
Jesus.
it's like a really great time for me.
Like what? Name of
Um,
the game, like what?
okay, so I think like the last game that I was like getting real crazy with was probably oh my gosh. This is not the last game, but I will say this is the funny one. So I remember way back when the PS2 was like the newest one out.
Hmm.
And there was a game, there's a fighting game on there
I
called
like
Soul
so
Calibur.
I knew it. I literally knew you were gonna say this. When I like made
Oh,
the question, I was like, she's gonna bring up some
yes. I
that
loved
man's with the
that
Y name. I
game.
don't remember
I
his
don't
name.
care what anybody has to say about it. I loved that game. And the Y man you're talking about is Yoshimitsu the
Just
clown.
typing it
He's
because he
he's
used to sit down while you were fighting. You're like, why are you sitting down?
that was my dude, okay?
Mhm.
That was my dude.
You had
So
to
I
know how to
really,
work them.
really loved that game. It was so fun to me. And I want to say that was like one of the fighting games that I actually used to play like with my brother a lot. Like that was
Mm.
like our jam, and we'd go through the story mode and do all that. It was just like so fun for us. And
Hmm.
there were definitely times when we would try to do their moves like in real life, like on each
Oh, I
other. And
remember
like,
y'all.
like so
Hmm.
like honestly, I would say like that game for me, I was like, that was just the best time. I don't
Hmm.
even remember how old I was, but I know I was an itty bitty playing that game, and it was so much fun to me. So
Hmm.
definitely like to have fun. I
Hmm.
also think that I can't say that they relax me because I get a little too into them. So that wouldn't
Hmm.
be it for me. But yeah, definitely to have fun. I think at times it was to pass the time, but now I'm like doing so many other things. So I don't have as much time to game anymore. But
Yeah.
there was definitely a time then like I was definitely playing just because I was bored and like
Hmm.
needed something to engage with. So
Hmm. Especially before like phone time, phone
yeah.
accessibility, et cetera, et cetera, us as millennials.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, everything you're saying like super resonates with me. I think about for so long it was having fun and passing the time, and that's still true. Like I remind myself like gaming is to have fun and to like play, and
Mm-hmm.
play is so important even as you grow up, right? But I also do think like that 58% saying stress relief and relaxation, like
Yeah.
even the games that I've played have completely changed. Like
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't want to go around and fight and like shoot stuff up anymore. Like, I want
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
do my farm. Let me like walk around and forage. Is that how you say it? Forage? My God.
Porridge. Yeah.
Forage. Let me what other games have we played? Oh, let me unpack. If you love unpacking, shout out to unpacking, one of my favorite games. I just beat it again. Have no idea how many times I've played this game. Um, like I just want to chill and
Mm-hmm.
or like I was
Mm-hmm.
playing Lake again, where I'm like a mail lady delivering mail around a lake. Um, and I listen to my podcast. So it's like I think
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've gotten older, it's become actually so much more of a stress relief for me. So that resonated with me too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into
Mm-hmm.
another stat. These folks that were surveyed, these gamers that were surveyed, also said that video games, 71% help them feel less stressed, 61% help them feel less anxious, and 55% help them to feel less isolated and lonely by connecting to others.
Hmm.
And I'm actually going to switch up my question and say, like, because we already talked a lot about the stress and the anxiety. For
Yep.
you, have you felt like gaming has ever really helped with like isolation or even just connecting with others, relationship building, etc.?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think there's so many like gaming communities out there, whether it's online or even if you're meeting up in person, right? Like, I live by a couple arcades. So, like,
Mm.
and they have events, and sometimes I'll go, and like, it's just really fun to be around other people who really like to game because it just I feel like there's like an atmosphere where there's like true joy. You know what I mean? And I think like that is something that's like so special to be around. And so I think it also can be super like inclusive, right? Like the only requirement is that you like to play games. You know what I mean? It doesn't
Mhm.
matter what you look like, it doesn't matter how old you are. Like none of that is relevant. It's just are you here to like game and have a good time? So, I
Yeah.
definitely think it helps like
Mhm.
decrease isolation. Granted, you do have to like take the initiative to like participate in those kind of situations,
Right.
but I could definitely see why people are playing it because you are part of community. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's a great time, especially going to the arcade. There's an arcade on the same block as my job, and best believe I be popping in real quick, you know.
I love that. I actually didn't know that about you, that you were popping into the arcade like that.
It's every now and then. Just a quick little 10-15, and then on the bus I go.
Feel like
So,
you grew up in the 80s, girl. I love it. I
I
love
mean,
that. You know, what you're saying also makes me think like I think you're the same way. Like, I love a good activity to get to know
mm,
somebody. I love a good,
mm-hmm,
like, let's see how
mm-hmm.
you react in this situation.
It just
It
teaches you
helps,
so much about a person, like
right?
truly,
Yeah. Yeah. And does help like minimize some of my social anxiety. Like we're doing an activity. If I don't have it in me, like, and my like social energy is depleted, we can play this game together though. Or actually, when I
Mm-hmm.
first read this stat, I thought about us semi recently playing Overcooked. Like even just being next doing like a couch co-op. And like that's a crazy time, but like that's a wild time. And it
And
was so
honestly, I feel like it didn't even have to be as wild as it was. I like could not get it together.
that is so funny.
That was a time though. That was fun.
It was a really good time. But also like what fun. And like, me and my husband, we like play It Takes Two together or whatever. And I like always
Mm-hmm.
telling other people like here are games to get back to like our coach co-op games or coach,
Yeah.
oh my God, couch co-op days too. Um, because that's important too. Like even just going back to gaming with folks in your household, of course,
Yeah.
online is dope. And I don't do much of it because like you said, you have to engage in it. And I'm like, oh, I don't know
Yeah, I
anybody.
don't know that I'm on that level, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I
But,
want to be. I want to
yeah,
be.
right,
I'm gonna find
right.
out. If you already know, tell us.
You know what? Actually, before you move on, this actually reminds me, like, remember when Pokemon Go got wild?
Yeah,
Like,
because I was participating. I was literally going to bars to meet other people to play Pokemon Go and
but
show.
is that's literally what we're talking about, right? Like, it is part of the community where it's like, okay, we are on the hunt for Pikachu. Okay, we
You're
are
seeing
trying to
people in the
find
middle
him.
of nowhere with their
In the
phone.
middle of nowhere. Like, did you see them? Did you see them? Like, who
Yeah,
do you have? Blah blah blah. Like,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it just like it's just such a fun way to kind of like engage with other people,
Yeah.
especially if you are a little bit social, you have like some social anxiety because it
Mhm.
gives you a topic to talk about, you
So, and you
know?
know that everybody's into this thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you just
So
want
it's
to know,
like
like,
less
this is a safe
risk.
space. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
all of that. Okay, the next one. These gamers said that playing 64% say that it provides healthy outlet from everyday challenges. 63% it helps them feel happier. 52% it helps them get through difficult times in my life. Does any of those resonate with you or just make you think of anything? Do you have any reactions to that?
Um, look off to
Mm.
ponder. I mean, I think okay. I think the one that resonates with me the most is like because it makes me feel happier.
Hmm.
And I say that specifically because I think when I'm playing games, like I'm not thinking about whatever stressors I have going on.
It's a mindfulness activity.
I was okay, you're picking up what I'm putting down, okay? Because
Hmm.
I feel like I'm most present during those times because all I'm thinking about is that game. All
Hmm.
I'm thinking about is that
I love it.
combination. All I'm thinking about is that journey. You know what I mean? So I think that definitely that piece for sure resonates
Hmm.
because yeah, I mean, I feel like just nothing else can even penetrate it like when I'm like gaming. So that feels really
Oh
good to me.
God, you're making me think of such good games right now where I'm just like totally immersed in the world. Shout out to a
Yeah.
short hike where you're just like a little bird, a little birdie, just like going on your hike, doing these random mini games. Like it's so you're just, but it's beautiful and you're into it. You have
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
time. Um, I think I was really thinking about the difficult times in life and literally thought of COVID and how that's when everybody bought a Switch
Girl.
too. We were doing like those games that we were playing. I don't even remember what we were using, but we were playing games like all together on our phones
Mm-hmm.
and trying to watch stuff together virtually. Same
Mm-hmm.
with the gaming theme of like we were having what were we at Black Trivia? Like we were
Oh, that was so
yeah,
fun. Shout out
yeah,
to y'all because that y'all
desperate
was doing
times.
a lot. Not just for time.
Really alone.
But I mean, not
So
only
fun.
like Black trivia, but then even like you like starting that book club that's still going strong today.
That's so true.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like
universally. Yeah.
that's yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
so
crazy.
dope.
Yeah, that's crazy when you say it like that. Okay, there's still so much there. No, there's not that much, but there's still like, let's keep it moving. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So globally, players believe that video games improve creativity, problem solving, cognition, and collaboration skills. Why that?
Yes. The
Love
answer is yes. And definitely, definitely with collaboration for sure.
it.
And what was it? What did you say? Problem solving? What did you say?
Yep.
That
Creativity,
yeah.
problem solving, cognition, collab.
I mean, yeah, yes to all, but for me, the ones that are super jumping out is the problem solving and the collaboration. Because I mean, even
Hmm.
going back to like when we were playing Overcooked, like
That's
the
right.
fact, okay, I need this, I need that. Okay, hop up, do this. Da, 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 da. Like it just like it really does like create this environment where you have to collaborate if you're trying to like win or trying to
Yeah.
like reach your goals. So
Hmm. Hmm.
even if it's not a like a goal oriented game like that, it could literally like I still remember like playing like zombies with you like back in the day. Like
For
you know, like
hours of our college lives.
hours, you know?
Hours. That and Guitar Hero.
Oh,
Hours. Closing
okay.
eyes and seeing the buttons on the screen. Like,
Things
ow.
are moving. The
My
ceiling is
goodness.
moving now, you
What a good
know?
time. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You know what? This also made me think of as far as problem solving. And it also makes me think like learning, problem solving, etc. Is Nancy Drew. Can you tell the people about Nancy Drew?
OG. That's our OG right there.
I don't care if
We
I'm not even embarrassed. Like I'm
We
owning
love Nancy. We love Nancy. The things I was learning, I learned Roman numerals. I learned Italian. Okay.
you
Like,
did. You learn how to
we used geometry. We were out here doing
bird
all sorts
watching.
of stuff.
Bird
Bird watching. Like,
Yep.
so fun fact, friends. When we were young ones, when we were children, itty bitties, we would sit in front of the computer and play Nancy Drew for hours. And we were so serious because we would have a notepad to
Yes, we
take
would.
notes.
Mhm.
Like we would
Hella real.
delegate tasks, you know what I'm saying? Like we were really like we were a part of the detective team. And to this day, I would play Nancy Drew today.
Period.
Okay? That was a time. That was a time.
Now available on Apple as well. Just have
Okay,
to
look at
shout
them
out to
getting with
Nancy.
the times, getting with the times. Okay, to the and I still remember like being in like there's like one part that was super super hard. I remember going onto the message boards and being like, "What
Oh,
is happening?"
like the Nancy
Like,
Drew Reddit. Also, let me back up. So Nancy Drew is a computer game
oh yeah,
that
sorry
we
guys,
started
computer
playing
game for children.
probably in middle school. And they always had junior detective and senior detective mode. So like normal and then hard, which meant that you like got less clues when you're figuring out this mystery, very
Hmm.
a la Nancy Drew books. And we always played junior detective because senior
We
detective was hard as hell.
it was so
Child,
hard.
where,
It
why,
was so
how,
hard.
what is your intelligence level? Because help me please in junior detective. Like to this day would not pick senior detective. Um,
Never, never.
so they have a lot of different stories, and this was only available on computers, not on Macs, not on Apple. And we just grew up like playing the next one and the next one and the next one.
Anytime a new one came out, we were ready to go.
Ready to go, having a
We
really good
were
time
ready.
solving these mysteries, no matter what it is. Ghost Dogs on Moon Lake solved, like having just a great time. So if you're just like, this is such a tangent, but this makes sense why today as an adult, there are these like point and click mystery games that are
Hmm.
my God, they're so corny. Like this is as close as I'm gonna get to Nancy. Like they need to bring her over to the consoles, friends, because I
Yeah.
would play her more. Um, wow, that took us somewhere.
Yeah.
What was the original question? I don't even
I
know.
don't know.
But
I don't know, but we
oh,
love
our
Nancy.
problem solving. We were able to
Yes.
wild
Problem solving
yes,
collaboration.
yes.
Yes, that is
Working
where we
together,
learned.
solving
Okay.
mysteries. Yes. Also helped us get through COVID, et cetera, et cetera. Um, 75% of these gamers agreed that there is a video game for everyone. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree with this? Is there a video game for everyone? Everyone?
That feels so hard. That feels like an absolute. Like, but like, probably, right? Like, I feel like probably because here's the thing. I think that like people who create video games, like I believe they have a target audience in mind, right?
For sure.
So if you want like a specific kind of game, I'm sure there are surveys, I'm sure there's ways to like reach out to folks to be like, "Hey, this is what I like." Right? Do we know of any games that can hit those things? Or like, how can we figure out so we can create a game? Like, I think there truly could be a game for everyone. But I think like engagement and participation is going to be like a big thing in that though, you know?
Yeah, I think also, yeah, to your point, this open-mindedness. You have to have an open mind.
Yeah.
Want to play a game and figure it out. It makes me think of people will go to a distillery tour. People will go to a brewery and drink up all the beers, you and I included. People will go to a
Hello.
winery. You're trying out different things. You're finding out what you like.
Exactly.
And if you did that with video games, you could find the right one for
You
you.
can
But you
something.
have to be open-minded. You have to know that they're not all trash. You have to know that. And even then, it's some
You also can't pay attention to everybody else's opinion on it,
definitely.
right? Because you could be like, oh, this looks really interesting to me. But if you go online and you're looking at reviews and people are like, this is terrible and this is
Mhm.
bad and this is bad and blah,
You
blah,
hold me
blah,
accountable.
like it was,
Tell me, Ariel. Yes.
I'm like, it could
Let me
deter
play
you
my own
from like
game.
doing something that you actually really like. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So,
That's really real, for sure. So if
like,
you haven't found your game
yeah.
yet, it's out there for you. You can find
Yeah,
it.
just try it out. Also, shout out to libraries because you can still rent video games from libraries, from your local library.
Stop.
So,
You
yeah,
see?
yeah,
No.
yes. Well, at least the ones in my city, you can rent video games.
That's
You
awesome.
should look. You
I'm
should
gonna
look. You
look.
should take, yeah.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look. Okay. That's dope. I did not know that. Libraries coming through again. Shout out to the libraries. Give them more funding. Help us all.
Okay.
If you don't follow Michael, go follow him, the library man. Like he has been out in the
Yes,
libraries.
yes,
We are pro him. Like, yes, the
yes,
library is
yes.
back in business. We need them. I feel
Yeah.
ashamed now, though, that I didn't know that they have
Well,
video games.
maybe they don't. I hope that they have them in your city. They definitely have them by me.
Okay, more to come. I have some
Mm-hmm.
homework apparently to do between now and our
Mm-hmm.
next
Mm-hmm.
episode. Okay, we only have a few more left. And so this whole report happens, right? And then they have like these kind of sort of like a mini lit review. Like very, very, very mini, where they're putting in like a few studies together and letting you know like an overall theme that's been found. And so one of them is that games bolster mental health, is like a finding or an overall finding. And so they note that like games help people get through COVID, it helps people's moods. And there's a specific study that they reference, that a study found that for children who are 10 to 15 years old, they have lower levels of stress when playing video games for less than 1 hour. So I know that a lot of parents, shout out to the parents who listen, might be really concerned about screen time, etc. But like there is something to be said about like a healthy amount of screen time and what that looks like. And it does apparently bolster their moods. And then I thought this was so interesting, Ariel. They tracked a group of 55-year-olds as they played Wii tennis specifically for 6 weeks. They could play single player or multiplayer, but either way, at the end of the 6 weeks of playing Wii tennis, they felt less lonely.
I love that.
Isn't
Like
that
in
amazing?
my heart and soul, I love that.
Really, though. Like, I really do.
And like shout out to the Wii. That was like one of the first consoles where I feel like it was so interactive. And I remember playing Wii tennis. I remember
Mhm,
playing Wii bowling,
mhm,
like all of
mhm,
that. And I
mhm,
love that too. It's like friendly for folks who like who are getting up there in age, right? And it I feel like it's less pressure, right? Because it's not I have to figure out how to do a bunch of like combinations or
That's
anything
true.
like that. Like it just very much feels like natural to how your body moves. And so
Mhm.
like
And it gets you
that
moving.
specifically to me, I just am
Yeah.
really, really loving that.
It's
I
awesome.
also thought it was interesting the 10 to 15-year olds specifically.
Hmm.
Um, do you know, and maybe it doesn't say it in the article, but do they mention like what type of games? Like, does it matter like, if it's
Hmm.
a
I don't think it
Fortnite
said.
versus a 2K versus, you know what I mean? Like, does that
Mhm.
does that like have any significance at all?
Let me see. The 10 to 12-year-olds. It did not. I'm reading it right now. It just says adolescents who spend less time playing sports and active games may deprive more enjoyment and social interaction from playing video
Mm,
games more frequently.
mm-hmm.
So, no, it doesn't
So
say.
if they don't naturally have that outlet, if they're on a team or whatever, if that's not something that is happening in their lives, like they're able to tap into those kind of social skills when they're playing
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's really sweet. I love the thing about the older people. And then,
Yeah.
with kids, it gets really complicated. I'm sure we'll talk about it on an episode one day.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I just also think about myself, 10 through 15, and I was definitely gaming, and it definitely
Playing all
was
the games.
playing with
Mm-hmm.
everybody, like siblings, playing with my own family, like my dad.
I mean, I
Lot of-
remember playing games with like strangers at the orthodontist office.
Yeah.
Like they literally had like a stand-up like Crash Bandicoot like at my orthodontist and like we would literally just be waiting to go in there and like I'd be playing with like random kids
So
and it was a
sweet.
great time.
Did
We
you
had
read Tomorrow,
Crash.
Tomorrow, Tomorrow?
Yes.
It reminds me of that. That's how they met each other. It was
Hmm.
like playing
That's
games
how
in the
they met each other. Yep.
room or the waiting
Yep.
room, whatever, right?
Yep. Yeah. No, that was a great book.
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts about that book too. But yes, it was great ultimately. Why did she use such big words? Why am I looking up words every paragraph? Like,
I
please help me. I swear I read
mean,
all the time. Help
read
me.
all the time, but also I read for fun. So like maybe we
Just
help
help
me.
rein it in. Because I love to look up a word, but there were so many I had to be like, we're gonna use context clues. Like, we gotta move on. I have to finish this. Um, Anywho, okay, we've got like three more-ish. So there are broader benefits to gaming overall. Gaming can help improve attention control and reading.
Mhm.
and reading. So I definitely want
Mhm.
to ask you about that, the attention control and reading. Like, as someone who is formerly in education, me too, but I definitely want to ask you
Mhm.
about that part. And then puzzle games help fight dementia and other similar cognitive declines, which makes sense
Mhm.
thinking about the brain, neuroscience, etc. Like, there are healthy aspects of gaming for your brain.
Absolutely.
So tell
Mhm.
me your thoughts around this specifically for like attention control. Maybe the
I
rating too,
think
of course, but
I mean, I feel like the reading part is easy because, in so many games when they're,
we gotta read.
transitioning from sequence to sequence, you're reading, right? You're reading, there's a backstory, you're reading it, right? So, and because it's something that, like, I'm assuming, like, whoever is playing this are interested in the game. So, of course, like, that interest is going to lead to, like, you wanting to, like, actually learn about what you're doing, right?
Hmm.
So, like, the reading part to me, yes, totally
Yeah.
makes sense. What was it? Sustained attention?
Improved
That's what it
attention
is?
control.
Improved attention control?
Hmm.
Yes. So, I think, we have like so many stimuli around us all the time, right? But if we are, and I think also it kind of speaks to kind of what we were talking about before with like mindfulness and like being present. Like when you're gaming, like you have to pay attention
Hmm.
or you're going to mess up, you're going to miss a
Hmm.
clue. You know what I mean? Like you have to pay attention. So it really
Yeah.
does work that muscle to help you like sustain that focus and attention
Hmm.
like 100%. And I think that's something that like, we're learning to do that like within the school system, like for so many different skills too,
Hmm.
right? Like I still remember, I don't even know if this is a good game. In my brain, it's a good game, but I don't know if it was a good game. Oregon Trail, I've never been so focused in my whole life. And I don't even think that was I don't
There's so
remember
much
it being
reading.
good. So much reading. We're out here learning about illnesses that used to not exist anymore and you know what
Hmm.
I mean and like
Hmm.
I feel like especially for improved attention. Like if you're into it, you're going to sustain that for as long as possible.
Yeah.
And that
Ah,
sorry,
that's hilarious.
just like rolled up in my vision. So yeah, I definitely agree that it can help improve attention for sure.
Right? I think so. And I think about like you're talking about mindfulness. I think like I can't help but always think about the other side and like what a skeptic would say when they hear
Yeah.
that. They'd be like, well, what
Yeah.
about the hyperfixation? Like that's all they think about. They don't even like eat and use the bathroom and like all these things. And we're not talking about like an obsession, right? And even then there's still like a healthy level of that. When I go back and I look at how many hours, I literally did this other day. I looked at my Switch and I was like, how like which game have I played the most hours? Blah blah blah. I had put in 113 hours in the Stardew Valley. 113 hours. And I only played it for a very short amount of time. And I will not pick it up because I remember how crazy I got. At the same time, I was still able to do like my daily functioning. I still lived. I
Yep.
still went to work. You know what I'm saying? So like otherwise though, I was doing a lot of time management. I was planning. I was prioritizing. Like I was doing
Yeah.
so many things in my brain to be able to do my farm, do my mining, fight my little ghosties, and like keep it moving and like meet the
Yeah.
townspeople. But all that to say, like, there is a different level of attention control. And I don't
Mhm.
know if you know this, but like sometimes for work, one of the trainings that we do is about brain science, and we talk about these like four brain smart principles. And one of them, I will not get into all of them, but one of them is like you have to exercise the brain. And I
Yep.
think that's what video games does. It allows you to exercise in like all the ways that we've mentioned so far in attention control and like even these puzzle things, but also like
I
in your
mean,
brain, like all these, like it allows for, depending on the game, right? It allows you to do all of these things. And I think it's just something that gaming doesn't get enough credit for personally.
yeah. I mean, can I speak to the puzzle part for a second?
For sure. Of
It's
course.
like embarrassing, but not because I'm
Oh,
actually not embarrassed. So, your girl's been playing Candy Crush since undergrad. I continue to play to this day. I think I'm on level like 7,800 something, like something
I've known you this
ridiculous.
entire time and have not fucking, I've not seen you play this game one time.
Are you
I've
what?
not seen, I can like, I'm bringing back a memory. Don't know if it's real. I don't think I've seen you play this game for real. When were you playing? I live.
I am flabbergasted right now. Really?
And if I
Dude,
have, I guess I didn't notice that you've been just playing it that long. I'm sure I have seen you, but like
I'm
the
telling you, I remember being on the shuttle going from downtown campus to Lakeshore, like just Candy Crush having the best time ever. I love it so much. And I think of that because of the puzzles, right? Because of the puzzles, it does give you a brain work, like,
yeah.
and as levels goes on, it gets like harder and harder, whatever. But
Mm.
like to this day, I still play it.
You know, that game for me is a game called Flow. Have you heard of Flow? It's like this
Yes.
app. Yep. And you're
Yep.
connecting the
Yep.
dots. And then it gets harder and harder to connect the dots.
Yes.
I've been playing
Yes.
that probably actually since my master's year in college, but still, that was like right after. So
Girl, I've been playing Candy Crush for my
great.
whole life. That's and
That's
it's a great
crazy.
time. It's a
It,
great time for me.
I get bored of it. I'm not gonna lie to
No,
you.
I don't.
I had like a
Mm-mm.
stint and I was like, nah,
No, that is my jam. I love it
it's
so
better than
much.
Tetris to you.
I don't play Tetris on my phone,
Me either. But I
but
guess
I
if I
really love Tetris. But no, I
yeah,
really like Candy Crush.
I love that for you. I didn't
I
know it was
love
that
it so
deep,
much.
but I
It
do.
was Candy Crush. At that time, I was playing like Candy Crush and like Angry Birds. Like those are like my two. Like, yes.
I didn't
That
really
was right. That
either.
was right when the smartphones came.
I wish we had
That's
those
when they
little
came
sounds that we
out.
start like doo doo doo.
Because I remember even being in undergrad having to like whoop whoop, you know what I mean? Like the slide babies. And then like the smartphones came out, and then I was like,
Yeah.
it's my time. I had to have been like senior year, I think.
Dang, that makes me feel a little old in like a great way. I feel fine. I'm glad we were able to
Mhm.
witness all of it.
Yeah, right. It's really
Still
interesting.
miss
That
some
could
buddies.
be, that could be a really interesting topic now I think about it. Like
Mm,
growing up with tech and gaming, like,
yeah, I could because we've seen a lot.
yes,
We've
we
seen
have.
a lot, a lot, a lot. Okay.
Any hoodle.
Yes. Um, at the end of it though, for the most part, it's just saying that like more research needs to be done about gaming. And I know that like for our podcast, for anybody who doesn't know, because this is our first one,
Hey.
we'll talk a lot about like all different kinds of tech. And I know that we'll talk about gaming many more times because it's like
Hmm.
100% my cup of tea. Um, but there's still so much more research that needs to be done at the end of the day. And so for as much as people are like, mental health, the gaming, what is it doing to everyone? Like, there just still needs to be more research done. And that's what so many topics when we think about like disproportionality and then even thinking about these surveys, I didn't get to answer the question of like how many people of color did they survey, right? Or like what were the
Yeah, yeah.
demographics and all that. Like I still have more questions too. So all that to say, like I had fun having this conversation and there's still many more things to like discuss and talk about and discover and research and all of that. And I'm happy to keep talking about it over time. Okay. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. So that's it for
Okay.
devices today.
Okay, sweet. So, okay, let's shift into glow mode. So, glow mode's a space for wisdom, and words that lift us up. So, what's like a word or a phrase or an affirmation that helps like set your intention for the week? And if
Oh,
you need a little time, I might be able to like think of one
yeah.
real quick.
If you got it, like please do it because I knew this question was coming and I'm still surprised.
Yeah. I mean, I'm asking the question. I'm like,
What? My intention for the week.
for the week. Now I'm thinking about what I have happening this week. Um I think that honestly, actually, okay, so I this is like very much speaking to my profession, but the phrase that comes up for me honestly is self-care. There's a lot going on these days. You know what I mean? And it is very, very easy to let the stressors of the world and stressors of your personal life to like really, really get to you. And I think like self care is just so important. And it's not just going in to get your nails done, even though we know I love to do that. But it's
Mhm.
also like getting adequate sleep, which we're really trying to do right.
Yes, girl, I hope you do. I hope you have a
I
full
really hope
report.
so too. It could be making sure that like you're eating well. This and that, bro. Like, do you see the stressors of life coming
Not
in,
at all.
trying to take me out? But yeah, for me, it really just is self-care and like whatever that means to you, whatever that means to me. But I really think it's just really important to like check in with yourself, make sure you're good despite all the things that are going on around you. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's mine.
Sending it to you, sending some wiggly
Thank
finglets
you.
your way.
Thank you.
Self-care. I think this made me be like, just play. I think play.
Mm,
Like I've been watching everybody else play video games. I have
mm-hmm.
really, like sat and played a game in a minute, besides unpacking, but I don't know if y'all have a comfort game. But unpacking is my comfort game. Like we need to
Mm-hmm.
dissociate doesn't feel like the right word, but we are just doing something like
Yeah. Yeah.
it brings me a lot of joy and peace and comfort, but it's not like a new thing for me. Like I pretty
Mm-hmm.
much see the items in the room and know where I'm gonna put them because I've put them there many times before when I've unpacked
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
rooms. So
It's
like
like when people watch a comfort show,
exactly.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to The Office.
Yes. Also, Shit's Creek
Great. That's a great
and
one.
Avatar: The Last Airbender
Every time.
every time.
Every time. Like so good. Besides when Appa is lost.
Yeah, we skipped the lost days. We can't do
Skip
that anymore.
it. What a downer. What a guaranteed cry. I cannot
Really, really
participate.
sad.
Gotta get out. But yeah, so I think for me, an intention over the next week will be to play. Just play. I need
I
to
love that.
just play something for a little bit. Well, I guess it's time for us to power down. And as we do, remember that every glitch has a glow up, and we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.